To the boy with the machine gun smile, sitting in the corner and glancing every so often at me, I'm trying not to make full-on eye contact, because it feels intrusive. And I can't help but notice the way your eyes light up, magnified through the pint glass that I'm totally not looking through. Surrounded by dim pub lights, surrounded by half-drunken conversations spilling around me on lips and on bar stools, I find you smiling over at me, and I forget how to breathe. Shit. Can someone please hand me a white flag, because I'm so close to surrendering myself over to you and crossing this no man's land between crowded bodies, smoke and cider to maybe try and sit beside you, but your smile is piercing bullet holes through me. It's ricochet around my ribcage, lodging in my brain, and I can't wipe away the picture of your face for me to try and talk to you. But then I find my legs can't move, like they're encased in cases of gunmetal lead, that the barbed wire surrounding you keeps me out like I'm the enemy, even though I know it's all in my head, but that does not stop my hands from shaking. It's like there's a war being waged inside of me, and the body count is rising sky high, raging destruction, all because of your smile. Your smile that I never knew until it hit me that I was going to be one of your victims struck by your bullets. To the boy with the machine gun smile, sitting in the corner and glancing every so often at me, I surrender. If I can find it. It is, simply put, it's about unconditional love. And it's called If I Could Love You. Pardon me, can you get closer to the mic? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. If I could love you, I would gift you the sun. Wrap it in cumulonimbus clouds, blue skies and starlight, so that days and nights would melt into one and make the time that I miss you nearly seconds. If I could love you, I would build you a temple. Place you on a pedestal so high that only those worth your time could climb up to sit with you, so that all the people that had hurt you could never dare touch, and you would be safe. Secure in the knowledge that nothing could harm what I so fiercely guarded. If I could love you, I would plant you a tree. Place my heart into the earth so that roots could anchor whilst leaves could reach to both ground and empower you to heights you hadn't dared imagine my love could help you grow into. Because if I were worthy of a place in that animal heart of yours, caged by ribs made of precious metals and arteries of ichor, I would love you. Onward and forever, because love, I've found, is not something you can weigh or measure, and all these things that I would give to you could still never be enough. My heart an overflowing teacup made of flesh and blood, spelling from my lips would forever be your name. But even if I find that I'm blinded, that your light was too bright for me, your height too far up for me, time flew too fast for me, it would not matter, because whatever wounds could be scars, to show that I once held a star that shines so fiercely I was not meant to keep it prized, contained and locked away. So let me rephrase. If I could love you, I would do nothing. There is nothing I could do half so well, nothing so vigilantly, than to simply love you, unconditionally. Is about female body image in society and how just kind of it's just really shit basically in terms of advertising and all that. And it's called reflection. Sometimes I don't like what I see in the mirror. My reflection staring back at me, a smirk across her face like I'm being mocked for being made up like this. Bundles of atoms squished together in one space to make me, who I'll be judged as for the rest of my life. They call it my genetic makeup, but no amount of cosmetics will ever rid me of the blemishes I've apparently made, and I'm only just started. I'd like to think I'm a strong, independent, beautiful young woman, but who am I fooling in an industry where you've got to be taller than the height of me to ever be considered pretty? With flawless skin and where chocolate is a sin, the pressure to be perfect, to be valued as what apparently makes you worth it. There's too much of a focus on looks. Self-help books telling you how to fix your life as though you'd always been broken, offering a fleeting, superficial token of how to change you for only $5.99 at all major bookstores. Surgeons with their scalpels looking you over, making incisions, their decisions telling you how to look 10 years younger. Top it all off with the size of a shirt to make it look as though you're dying of hunger and you're halfway there. And as I sit there, in my skinny jeans and baggy jumper, I wonder where it all started to go so wrong. When did we start swapping our jelly shoes for heels, to be over-sexualized, wearing push-up bras because we realized it's the only way to compete in a place that treats you like a pubescent adolescent if you're anything less than a sea cow? Chewed up and spat out looks and money, and have you gained weight, honey? All that seems to matter, where the curves on your body are a fashion statement, and one small complaint is seen as harassment, and make good choices are only seen as such when you could be accepted by the rest of your peers. And as I stare in the mirror, it's a wonder I reflect back at all, because I'm sure that society has eaten me my soul. Today, it's actually part of a larger group poem that I've decided to sort of separate my verse out, make it a little bit longer. And the group poem itself is about sort of sexuality and gender, and the kind of premise of it is, I'm a temple and I do not need fixing. And so this is about asexuality. I am 19, I am a temple, and I do not need fixing. I am 19 and I am sitting and thinking about Venn diagrams, where the circles of people and sexual activity must interlink, and in between there would be me, only I don't like circles. Because they're things that outline but do not define that which are empty spaces, and I dare you to try and shape me into your circle. To think that I am anything less than whole, just because my equation does not fit your answer. That the A in my sexuality, despite your belief, does not stand for anomaly. I am simply human. I just want to separate the presumption that being and not being in a sexual relationship does not mean I can't relate to people, so do not persuade me that my sexual persuasion is a phase. That I have not met the right person because your fixation on my romantic inclination is none of your concern. I am not atypical. I am a typical human being with thoughts and feelings, so I should not have to deal with your shit when you say I'm incapable of being anything other than cold. That if I am a temple, it is a false religion I preach, that there is no God, you say, that could love me because I do not exist. So again, I dare you to say that I am broken. To ask me if I am in need of fixing, so I am sitting and thinking. Sat on a linear spectrum of physical intimacies that slides for a reason, with no empty circles to be seen inside my temple. I am on a pedestal, and you can't knock me down. So I don't want to ramble on too much. And this was the one that Sam actually found me by and asked me along to. It's called Grown-Ups. And well, yeah, we've got it the premise of it. When I was younger, I was told I could be anything I wanted. I just had to reach up high enough and grab it, like there was always going to be an apple on the branch of a tree with my name on it. But then at 12 years old, I stopped growing. At the same time I started knowing more about reality, I was told to grow up, wise up, look up to your elders, those better than you, not to look down on the downtrodden, stuck under muddy shoes of all the people climbing to the ladder to the top before me that I couldn't reach because I had stopped growing and only just started to grow. Turning into your teens is not easy. I first learned to be somebody rather than to be a somebody, that sometimes I would only be measured by my worth in feet and inches, 32, 26, 36, 5'2.5" if I stand on my tiptoes, and that there will always be those who look down on you, no matter how high or how hard you try to reach for the thing you want the most. So I said I wanted to be a writer, so I could map the stars in my head into constellations. Even now I am asked, am I serious? Is it a thought I am still entertaining, or would you rather listen to me complaining about my lack of job prospects, thinking outside of the box I am sure to be living in, because I still say when I want to grow up? As though age, ambition and drive do not surmount a success. Well, fuck you. Do you know what we writers can do? I break hearts with my iambic pentameter, drop hyperbole down from the sky and sucker in a suspenseful audience with a single use of ellipses. Aim to change the world one word at a time, simply because I could. So when you question my identity, of who I say I want to be, say I am too small, cannot reach for that apple on that tree, I'd say you have mistaken me for someone who gives a fuck. When I was younger, I was told I could be anything I wanted. And so I went ahead and